Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Sauce NFL Week 14 videos coming at you here. I got the line that everyone's been talking about on Twitter all week. People are like freaking out over this line. Vikings, Lions, NFC North battle. Let's go.
Welcome to the Sauce. The Sauce. Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, Minnesota on the road here at Ford Field. The look-ahead line for this game was actually Detroit +3, but after this Sunday's games, the line reopens at Detroit -1.5, so 4.5 point swing there. Early public is even, but look at all that sharp money on the Lions. 96% of the money on Detroit. This is as of Tuesday morning. Really, nothing changes in the action here. Public is still pretty even. Sharp money still all over the Lions. All the money is still on the Lions, basically. The line does a little bit of a roller coaster, goes up as high as 2.5, then back down to 2. I think right now some books have it back down at 1.5 last time I checked. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Detroit -2.36. So that gives us basically no lean at all, right? That's right where the books have it. All right, let's break this down and we'll start with the line. This isn't some kind of trick or trap line here, or whatever the hell people are saying on Twitter. There's more to football than just records. For example, the Lions may be 5-7 and the Vikings are 10-2. But remember, the Lions were 1-6 at one time. Who cares what the Lions did back in September and October? I mean, it was months ago. Since November 1st, the Lions' last 5 games, they're 4-1 straight up. Their only loss was against Buffalo on Thanksgiving. They lost by 3 points. They were 9.5 point underdogs. They're 5-0 against the spread in their last 5. And this game is in Ford Field. Have you seen Jared Goff's numbers at home this year? They are insane. So I'm going to put Jared Goff's home away splits on the screen. Check this out. So at home this season, Goff has thrown 17 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. On the road, 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. 104.8 passer rating at home compared to just 81 on the road. And have you seen what has been happening to this Vikings pass defense recently? Holy shit, man. Teams have thrown for 300 plus yards against the Vikings in 4 straight football games and 6 out of the last 7. Talk about a beautiful mismatch. You got Jared Goff, who's putting up MVP-like numbers at home this year. Not an exaggeration. He's got crazy numbers at home against a Vikings defense that in its last 2 games led up 369 yards passing and 382 yards passing to Mike White and Mac Jones. And Jameson Williams is expected to make his NFL debut for the Lions in this game. Not that I think he'll be an immediate impact, but having another talented weapon in the passing game, I mean, it definitely isn't good for the Vikings. So all numbers point to Detroit scoring a lot in this game, even though the Lions' run game really hasn't been there recently, and the Vikings defense can stop the run. So even though the Lions probably are going to struggle to run the ball, the mismatch in the passing game is just too much to overcome. Now, what about the Minnesota Vikings offense against this Lions defense? Now, you can say what you want about the Vikings offense, but I mean, Kirk Cousins is a solid quarterback, and they got Dalvin Cook running the ball, Justin Jefferson on the outside. You can't tell me that this isn't a good offense. I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't big on the Vikings. They think this team is fool's gold. They don't think they're a legit contender in the NFC. Whatever, but no one can argue with me that the Vikings offense is really, really loaded. We need to see if Jeff Okudah is gonna play in this game for Detroit. That's their star corner. He was dealing with an illness. I don't know the details on it. He did not practice Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm reading he was able to participate in a light practice on Friday. So I think that means he's gonna play. That's huge. Now remember what the Lions defense was able to do against Justin Jefferson earlier in the year back in, I think it was week 3. They doubled Justin Jefferson on almost every single dropback. I think it was like 91% of Kirk Cousins dropbacks, Justin Jefferson was double teamed. I don't remember the numbers offhand, but it was something crazy like that. This game was in Minnesota, and Detroit was up 24-14 in the 4th quarter. Now, Minnesota was able to miraculously score 2 touchdowns, come back and win by 4. But that was in Minnesota. This isn't Ford Field. Now, Detroit's defense definitely isn't good by any stretch, but one thing they've done a pretty decent job of, especially recently, is limiting opponents' running back. The Lions' weakness on defense is dual threat quarterbacks. They really struggle to stop a quarterback who can run the ball. That certainly is not Kirk Cousins. If the Lions' defense comes out and is straight doubling Justin Jefferson on basically every single passing down again, I don't know if Dalvin Cook's going to be able to get it going against this Lions defense that's really done well against running backs. So yeah, I'm on the Lions here. This is supposed to be the sharp side, but everyone's on the line. So this has got to be the most square, sharp play of all time, if that makes any sense. But I can't get there with the Vikings. Give me Detroit minus 1.5 or minus 2, whatever you can get it at. I think it's minus 2 right now. So we'll say Detroit minus 2. Let's go. I also would probably bet the over in this game at 51.5. I expect both quarterbacks to have big games through the air. So I'll take the over for a half unit, 51.5. If anything changes with these two bets, I'll let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final Sunday tickets that I put out on Sunday morning with the top 7 bets, the bet of the day, parlays of the day, that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. NFL Sunday, Week 14. We had a great weekend last weekend and we needed it. Let's follow that up with another big weekend. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you on Twitter.